accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but if I try I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love, I guess I lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too higher cost. And so do these books. So, I mean, perfect song for them. Hello beautiful bookworms, my name is Katarina and welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a whole new book haul for you guys. I hope that you guys enjoy it, I hope that you guys love it, and I hope that you guys see something here that might be interesting for you guys, or just, you know, for my reading experience, because most of these I probably haven't read. So, without further ado, let's just get into it. So the first one that I'm going to get out of the way, it's very typical of me to get, and so I just wanted to show you guys first, since it's not comics or mangas or books or graphic novels, none of those things, but all of those things. And so I actually went to see a live sort of immersive experience in the basement about the paintings of Van Gogh, and all of the ceilings and all of the walls that just made his paintings come to life, and just all of it was decorated. And if you don't know, Van Gogh is one of my favorite, well, it's probably my favorite painter of all time. He's a tragic character and his works of art are beautiful like no other. And so I got the complete works of Van Gogh, the Taschen Bibliotheca Universalis edition. My mother has one for Klimt, but I needed to have Van Gogh. So basically in all of the total of 700 and somewhat pages of this hardcover masterpiece that actually has beautiful paintings, I have all of his paintings and all of his story, the story of his art and the story of his life. So I'm very, very excited to just, this is going to be one of those books that I just have on like a coffee table, and I will just pick it up and just read through it sometimes, and then stop, and then go back, and then go forth. You know, just, it's a book that I want to live. I can't hold it with his hand, Jesus. It's a book that I want to live in me, and that I want to live inside of for a long, long time. And so it's just going to be something, it's not going to be like read through and through like a normal book. It's just going to be, you know, the complete works of this person and me relating to him, maybe more than I should, but you know, I'm very happy about this purchase, and so I wanted to show you guys. Then I have a new release from a Portuguese author that I am pretty sure I'm going to love. However, I haven't read any of his works yet. I do have one at home. My mother is currently reading it. But yeah, and that is by João Torto, and it's called Uma Valsa com a Morte, ou Pouco sobre Música, Literatura, Melancolia, Espiritualidade e minha, which can be vaguely translated to A Dance with Death, or The Little That I Know About Music, Literature, Melancholia, Spirituality, and My Grandmother. Don't ask me why, but yeah. It has a beautiful cover. It has this lady dancing with death, and just for that alone I wanted to pick it up. I don't normally read nonfiction, but I have a feeling, I've heard this person talk before. I went to one of his talks that he was doing for his fans, and he has a look on life that I can, it's not exactly totally similar to mine. We have our differences, but there's a little darkness in there that I feel like it speaks a little bit with mine, and so I am curious to see how he writes nonfiction, since it's something, you know, I never thought of writing, and it's something that I don't think of reading a lot, but this intrigues me. Also, it is signed, which I'm very happy about. Yay! So, very happy, and hopefully I'll read this soon. And so we proceed. We can go now to a graphic novel, which I have already read the first one, and this is the second volume, and apparently last volume. Not sure, we'll tell you later, but it is Bloodstained Teeth, Volume 2, Drip Feed. And this is the story about this person that it's called Atticus Sloan, and he is turning humans into vampires, but they're not real vampires. No, they're like sips because they used to be human, so they're not pure blood vampires. And the Council of Vampires has kind of decreed that he has to kill all of his creations because they're causing problems. And will he be able to do it? Will he want to do it? And you can see why and how he created. And it's kind of like a gory fest of beautiful art style, and I'm very excited to read this and to know if it's the last volume, because if it is, I might review it. I don't know. But it's vampires, so you know that I enjoy. Then the next one is a new addition to my shelf, which is kind of worrisome because everyone and their mothers in the whole entire world has already read this, but I haven't, and I just picked up the first one because I wanted to make sure that I like it instead of like buying all of the three, because I have some problems with some of the topics that this book explores. But let's just cut to the chase. I got The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and this is the Portuguese version. The cover is exactly the same as the English version, the original version, and it's beautiful. The covers are beautiful, and that's what makes me want the series for myself. However, the topics of this have to do with the Fae, and I can go on record saying that I have very different reactions to the Fae. There are Fae stories that I completely hate, and most of the things that have Fae I don't feel attracted to, but then there's some stuff that has Fae that I read, like Cassandra Clare books and other unpleasantries. So yeah, I don't know. I want to start reading this. I know that this is about this girl that was kidnapped by an ex-husband of her mother, and he assassinated her parents and just brought her and her sister and her sisters to the fairy kingdom. And he has this child, and he is a fairy, and he's the prince of this kingdom, and he hates her, but she loves the fairies and she wants to become one of them and like live in that world and be respected. So I don't know, she's probably going to do something very stupid because it's a young adult series. It's a big one, but not too big. It's like 395 pages, so it's pretty good terms for young adult literature, and I'm excited to see if it's good, because if it's good, I want to get 2 and 3 right out of the gate so I can finish reading them and have them on my collection, because this physical book is really a beauty. Then we have some manga. We have Oshi No Ko Volume 2. This is by Aka Hakasaka and Mango Yokohari, and I absolutely love the first volume of this. I was not expecting to, but something that was supposed to be an idol story ended up, an idol / reincarnation story ended up being a revenge thriller story. So I am so excited after all of the plot twists of the first one to see where we begin in this one. I do believe there's going to be a time jump, but I'm very excited to see where we go into this one and if this is going to be a revenge story at all, because I'm famous for liking my revenge stories, and I'm very excited to see where this is going. The art style is also pretty cool. It's not the best that I've seen in a manga, but it's also pretty cool. So cannot wait. Then a famous one already in my book hauls is Blood on the Tracks Volume 13 by Shuzo Oshimi, and my fucking face when I discovered that the first 12 volumes of this were a prequel to the story. It says the grand preface is over and now the real story begins, and I'm like, excuse the fuck out of me. If your preface had 12 volumes, how many volumes does your story have? Like, please enlighten me. Like, please. But I'm in love with everything that Shuzo Oshimi does. I have to do a video, like a video just for the author, because like his art style and his stories and everything is just so fucking great, and this cover is like so fucking cool. And apparently this has a 20-year time skipped, and I don't want to read anything else or I'll know what happened in the end of the preface, which I've only read volume 1. Sorry. How? I have to get my hands on this and read this as ASAP. Then I have volume 1, and it's apparently a duology, this, which I'm really hoping for it to be because I don't have space for a lot of stuff. But I have Tista by Tatsuya Endo, and it's the first volume. And if you're you like telling me, wait, I've heard that name Tatsuya Endo before. Yes, you did. It's the creator of Spy Family. And I don't know if you like Spy Family, you like this, but the art style is similar, and I really like the art style. And it says, in New York City, the NYPD struggles to track down a serial killer known as Sister Militia, who has been targeting mobsters and other criminals in the Big Apple. No one knows who Sister Militia really is, except a few residents of a Catholic orphanage. Her name is Tista. Tista leads a dual life as a Grim Reaper of New York City and a university student studying to be a teacher. With extraordinary eyesight allowing her to make long-range shots with unrivaled accuracy, she has come to be feared by the criminal underground. Tista knows she's doomed, but can her feelings for a young man she just met bring her back from the abyss? And what will she do if he finds out who she really is? Sounds awesome. Sounds great. I want it. Then we have Choujin X Volume 2 by Tokyo Ghoul creator Sui Shida, and another art style that I absolutely love, and just for the art style alone, this is worth it. I have Volume 1. At the time of filming this, I haven't read it because I was hoping to read Volume 2 as well and then make a review about both of these. So hopefully I have made so in the month of June. If not, well, wait for it because I'm hopefully going to do so. Also, another manga that is known for being highly depressive is Boys Abyss Volume 1. Finally, my copy came in. I'm very, very happy about it. And this is by Ryo Minami. And I don't know, this cover is gorgeous. The blues and the koi fish and the violets. And I have no idea what this is about, first of all. And in the back it just says, Rage's life is as miserable as a small town he can escape. The most interesting thing that's ever happened there is a double suicide down by the river. Does Reiji have any power over his fate, or will he too fall into the abyss, which might be depression? I'm not sure. Reiji's mother is checked out. He's stuck caring for his grandmother with dementia. Oh god, this is going to hit very close to home. Well, we will see. And his childhood friend treats him like a lackey. Then beautiful big city pop star Nagi miraculously shows up working the counter at the local convenience store. Reiji is starstruck. When she offers him the ultimate way out of his claustrophobic existence, will he succumb to temptation? I have no idea. I mean, the art style of this is fucking beautiful. I have no idea where this is going. I want it. I've heard such great things about this. I want to read it. I will read it. Hopefully I have read it already. We will see how June goes. Another one that I have got is Yellowface by Rebecca F. Kwong or R.F. Kwong. And this is the beautiful Illumina Crate edition. It's just beautiful. It's all yellow. And on the inside, they just did beautiful things. And oh my god, I'm not great at opening up and closing books. And they put like the name of the actual book that is going to be talked about here, because this is a story about plagiarism. And they did the same with the signature of the author, which is pretty fun, even though I would very much enjoy to have R.F. Kwong's actual signature here. But oh, this smells really good. But yeah, so it's just a pretty edition. It's a book about plagiarism and about this person that is not Asian but decides to pass as Asian and to actually steal the story of an Asian author, I believe. Don't know a lot about this. I want to go in without knowing it, but I am extremely excited to read this since plagiarism is one of those things that I am very against. I'm very against. Yeah, I'm actually very against, you know, and people work their asses off. And it also, of course, has the situation of having someone trying to pass through a culture and a situation that they don't know anything about and just enjoying and utilizing the work of a person of color when they weren't supposed to and they are not a person of color. So I'm very intrigued to read it. I really want to start very soon. This is like 300 and something pages. I am excited. It's short and I can get to it fast, and I cannot wait to know what I feel about this. Then I also got an Haunthology. Haunthology? This is hard to pronounce. And this is by Jeremy Hon, and it says, from creatures of the night to even more terrifying creatures of the day, Haunthology is an anxiety-inducing, which probably means I shouldn't be reading this, but whatever, collection of 28 short stories and vignettes from the mind of Jeffrey Hon, the writer and artist behind The Beauty, the Realm, The Red Mother, The Approach, and other nightmarish mindscapes, which I don't know. Whether exploring a claustrophobic old house full of nefarious entities or the heavy thoughts one has during the pending end of the world, this very personal project was written and drawn entirely during the COVID lockdown. Features an introduction by Shirley Jackson Award-winning horror author Nathan Bellingred. Looks cool. Looks like cosmic and shit, and the art style is pretty cool, so cannot wait to read this. Also, we have issue 7 of Batman and Joker, The Deadly Duo. I know. This is by Mark Silvestri and Eric Prianto, and I haven't read any single one. Any one of these. I know. And the same might be said for issue 8 of The Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, which again has great covers. It's by Rosenberg, Di Giandomenico, Frank Avila, and Fajardo Jr., and, great. Not read it. We also got issue 2 of Hairball, also known as The Cat from Hell, and this is by Matt Kint, Taylor Jenkins, and Hilary Jenkins. And I'm very excited to read this because if you notice, he has a very strange eye. So instead of having a normal pupil, it's a pupil like on the horizontal way. And I'm very intrigued to see if this cat is actually the devil. Then we have issue 4 of DC RWBY, which, still haven't, I'm gonna stop saying this. Then we have a new entrance from a series that I haven't read any of them, but it is known already in my book hauls, and that is Ed Piskor's Red Room, and this is Crypto Killas, issue 1, banned in 26 countries, or he wished. In this issue, Mistress Pentagram and the Red Room players return. I have no idea what this is, but God, I want to read it. Then we have issue 2 of The Seasons Have Teeth by Dan Waters, Sebastian Cabral, and Dan Jackson, and another one that is actually folkloric horror sort of way, and I really want to read. And in the same vein, issue 3 of The Neighbors by Jude Ellison S. Doyle, Leticia Cadonici, and Alessandro Santoro, with great covers. Then I went to a spectacular meeting of comic book artists in the city of Maia here in Portugal, and I got some stuff, me and my boyfriend, let's just say. So I got some books signed that I already have and that I'm not going to show here on the book haul, but then I got new stuff. One of those was Urlo, Grito no Escuro by Gloria Chiapponi and Luca Conca, and this can basically be translated to Scream in the Dark. This is by an Italian duo of people, of course. And from what I gather, it's like this big forest, and in this house there's this man that was kidnapped and tortured and put there by his aggressors. I don't have a fucking clue why. And they are giving him a chance to escape. So it's like one of those, survival races that if he reaches a point out of the forest by a specific time, they will let him go, and they are chasing him. I like these things. I mean, I don't like these things in real life, of course, but it does bode well for an anxiety, horror-y drama story. And then we have issue 1 of In the Dust of Our Planet by Daniel da Silva Lopes, and this is actually by a friend of my boyfriend and someone that I know, and I just had to support him, and I want to read and see what this is all about. I like the art style though, so very excited to see the rest of it.